Good day, Lords and Indies. Welcome back to Hard West. In the last episode, the map opened up for us. We had a look around, helped some people. Unfortunately, one of the people we were sent to save found out they'd become cannibalistic, and the natives were like, they'll become a Wendigo. Well, one of our party members said they'd become a Wendigo. So, yes, we took Deer's advice.
Have you heard about the great leader Diving Bird? Everyone from every nation respected him, even your people. Rather than call for war, he worked for peace. He inspired people to hope that we might one day learn to put our conflicts behind us. He was a fool. As I said, Diving Bird was a fool. There is no coexisting with the settlers who ravaged our land and slaughtered our people. You are a sickness that will one day poison the very earth. Makas saw this, so he sent me to kill Diving Bird, and I did.
Okay. Health-wise, we're okay health-wise. We picked up also Lazarus as a new party member. The thing with this game I find, unfortunately, is that this is one of the issues I have with turn-based strategy games, is that unless they give you a bigger party size, most games are like, oh, we'll give you 4 party size cap. Like, take Battletech that came out in 2016. Really nice game, I like it a lot, but they limit you to having only 4 mechs in your party during battles, so it really limits your tactical options, and it's the same with this game. This game limits you to have 4 party members, so it means that your strategies are relatively limited on what you can do.
I think I spotted something in that direction.
So we have enough money, we have explosives. We're hurting a bit on stuff like bandages and healing items. Okay. Native emissary camp was a bonus mission, so we should probably get that done first. So let's get up here.
Can you see anything?
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Okay, the game seems to have... That's weird. Yeah, it seems to have got... It had stuck on the map for a second. Let's go down this way. That was where the unfortunate gentleman was. And this is the military camp. A group of soldiers set up a camp nearby. I remember the war good enough to recognize negligence when I see it. The camp was dirty, poor, and the number of soldiers too low to maintain it.
Nothing like the army life, eh, boys?
Soldiers were wary as they saw us approaching, but seemed to quickly understand that in their shape it would be unwise to antagonize us. In the end, they let us in, as long as 2 of them accompanied us with rifles at the ready. Apparently, they answered to one Lieutenant Drake. Also, they mentioned a quartermaster who could use our help regarding his dwindling supplies. Let's visit the quartermaster. When you entered the quartermaster's tent, you were welcomed by empty cells and crates full of spoiled potatoes. Okay, so he really hasn't got anything we don't already have. Yeah. He's got dynamite and weapons that we've already picked up. Okay. Artifact winding supplies. The horseman was running out of supplies for soldiers and would reward us to bring him any provisions. We have some provisions. Give provisions. Quartermaster was so moved by generosity that he allowed us to pick merchandise from his special inventory. Okay. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I thought as much. Allows you to access some of his more coveted stuff. Desert Ranger, which is improved, and then you have the chain gun. Yeah, shot can counter. This weird prototype of rifle is outfitted with originating cartridges. No way we can afford it, though. And it's a rifle. Alright. So we need to save money for that if we want it. Visit the commander. Lieutenant Drake was a tall and serious, somewhat meticulous man, but had a spark of intelligence in his weary eyes, a rare thing among the brass. He offered us some thin coffee in his tent. Ask what we are doing here. Why are you here, Lieutenant? I can see this winter is bad for your people. Lieutenant Drake, we're hunting a dangerous group of natives. They call themselves shadow dancers, something of the ilk. When this cursed winter kept getting worse, we were forced to entrench ourselves here. The worst thing is that we lost most of our horses in those damn blizzards. We were hoping to buy at least a dozen from the local rancher, but cannot spare even one man to go and settle the deal. Do this for me and I will make it worth your time. Agreed to go see the rancher. Ask about the native village emissary.
A group of friendly natives from the south sent one of their own to parley with you. Have you seen anyone like that?
Caught one, if that's what you're asking. He was observing our camp. You do understand our situation. We must be careful. Every native seen might be a shadow dance spy. You can go and see him in the makeshift prison. My men roughed him up, but he's still in one piece. We'll let him go once we've learned about the shadow dance's complication. Visit the jail. The emissary was just a teen boy. He sat in the flimsy cage guarded by two bored soldiers. His hands and feet are tied. At least they fed the boy from time to time. Talk with the prisoner. Khalees speaks to the boy, and as soon as he mentioned his home, the boy's face brightened. He swore he knew nothing of the shadow dance. We already found the shadow dance camp the lieutenant's after, remember? So let's just report its location to him. Okay. Before we do that, we better go and do the quartermaster.
When will we finally camp?
Frozen Lake. As you rode through the frozen lake, we met a group of hardy fishermen gathering around a hole in the ice. They looked pretty relaxed, and we could see that their baskets were full. Approached the fishers' camp. Hey ho, having a real good day, I see. The merry company welcomed us warily but warmly. After a while, we were handed some rods and encouraged to try and catch something for ourselves. Join the fishing. We agreed to join them, and Khalees was the only one who managed to catch anything. Just as she was putting out another beautiful lake trout, one of the men slipped and fell in. Dear as an ally, ask LD to help. We get provisions, I hope. Yeah. Dear, you're the best swimmer here. Come on, help, man. Fine, but you owe me, Carter. Thanks to a quick reaction, we managed to save the poor fool. His friends rewarded us with food and some booze. We left soon afterwards. Okay, so the provisions we spent unlocking the guy's special weapons we got back in good order. Okay.
Winters here can be harsh, but this one... Wrap your fingers in something, lest they freeze.
Game is saying that there's something there.
I can't feel my extremities. Not that I normally do.
Let's speed up time and push. Pine Falls. Go to Pine Falls. I'm trying to remember what it was that was there. It was the story mission, wasn't it? Yeah. Of the railway tracks.
Lucky we found these horses.
Okay. And that's the horse ranch. It was a rather small, secluded ranch, ran only by one man, but he's good at his job. He managed to keep his horses healthy and fed despite the weather thanks to a barn full of good hay. He had other problems though. Enter the ranch. What are you looking for in that damned weather, huh? Explain to the tenant's deal to the rancher. So you need horses, and what do I care? My daughter is sick, and even all of their so-called immunity exchange bills will pay the medicine they need. Help her or get lost before I grab my gun. Treat the rancher's daughter. Yeah, let's use Wondrous Tonic. It will cost us a bit, but here we go. You're lucky, we're carrying something that can help. Here, take this. You will lose wonderful tonic. God bless you, in fact, and to think I was ready to suit you on the site. Give them these damn military bills. I'll eagerly trade a dozen of my horses for life for my girl. Tell your lieutenant we have a deal.
Let's have a swig of something warm.
Yeah, because that's not ominous enough, that open doorway. Okay.
I can't feel the cold, but looking at you makes me shiver.
We happen upon a wild gathering. A small group of settlers approach the chief of a native village. Settlers seem desperate, and the chief and his warriors are getting angrier every minute. Approach the village. Let's see what all of it's about. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, good. God bless you, mister. Please help us convince them to trade with us. We brought silver, guns even. We only want the food to survive the cold. That's all you people do. All the time. You want, you need, you take. No more. Go somewhere else for your cursed weapons and trinkets.
The chief is right. Let's remove your folk from the village before they decide to use those guns.
Come on. Those settlers have hungry families. I'm sure we can come to some kind of understanding. Yeah, okay, we can do this one, I guess. Khalees is an ally. Ask Khalees to mediate both groups. Yeah.
That was the only choice, and you know it.
What do you think, Khalees? Is there a way to mediate this? Khalees is happy to help. She sat with the chief and her leader of the settlers to negotiate a deal that satisfies both sides. Even Deer and Lazarus were happy with the outcome. Okay. So his went up to Companion, which doesn't give us anything. And he's gone over the perk threshold to Loyal, yeah. We still need to work on Flynn and on Old Man Bill, though. So I'm just having a look around this area before we do any of the main story mission stuff. Because a lot of these games tend to block...
Save your breath and your warmth, people.
Vulcan's Farm. What's that? Lazarus led us northward until we saw a snow-covered farmland in the cozy valley by the frozen lake. According to Lazarus, this land belonged to the Orcane clan. He suspected they were behind the strange disappearance found in Pine Falls. Okay. So that's to do with the Pine Falls stuff, so we shouldn't touch that yet. Okay, I understand that. Native ruins.
His eyes like morsels. Who could stand before his cold?
The ruins had to be old, very old. I've never seen a real cathedral, but the majestic silence I felt around here made me think of them. Approached the ruins. As we rolled amongst the stones, we We noticed that an oath similar to the one the Shadow Dancers were using during the ritual, scattered around the corpses of at least 4 armed and well-equipped men. Okay, search the bodies by the Maker. I knew these men. They were tasked by Brass and Co. to help me oversee Delay's experiments. Let me see. Yeah, right. This clump of bent metal and crossed glass, it was one of Solomon's contraptions, siphons he called them. Someone killed them all and destroyed a siphon. So if we can get another piece of blue dynamite, we can basically do something with that. Good to know.
All right, let's look over there.
Can't go in there. That's the city. We can't go back the way we came. Yeah, because that's the valley, part of the valley. Pine Falls. Okay. That's blocked up. As is that. And that's the spirit totem, which is the main story.
Do we have
okay.
to wander in this snow?
Okay. So we seem to have searched. We seem to have searched the entirety of the map at this point, which is good. The developers of this particular game have a habit of they don't hold your hand when it comes to the main stories, so it's good for you to search everything before doing main stories with their games, in my experience. Visit the commander. Lieutenant Drake was a tall, serious, somewhat melancholic man, but he had, report about the horses. We settled a deal with the rancher. You'll get your horses soon. Now about the reward. Splendid, as promised. As promised, here's an accepted piece of weaponry. It belonged to our captain before the damn code took him. I'm going to take the money instead. Because then it will get us closer to getting that really powerful rifle. Report where the Shadow Dance camp is located. Hey, we found that your Shadow Dance camp. Now free the boy, he's got nothing to do with them. So Lieutenant Drake, releasing the ban. If I ever see one, let the prisoner free. We are all ready to return to Lynette's village to report. Okay. Yeah, we don't really need another one of these, so we've got to sell it. Oh, he does have blue dynamite, though. Okay. Let's buy the blue dynamite. Because then we can go back up here. We can go back this way. Yeah, the game really doesn't like
Need to keep moving your toes, even as we ride.
The game really doesn't seem to like trying to navigate this. Okay. Let's go to the altar with the 2 pieces of blue dynamite and see what we get out of it. But I still want to try and save up money for
this cold.
Come on. Yeah, the game controls seem to not be liking this area very much. Let's go to the native ruins. Approach the ruins. Flynn is a partner. Okay.
We ain't really dressed for this.
So how do I get up to the companion? Okay. That's a shame. I should have read that in more detail. Oh well. And we have to now ride all the way back to this village. I think it's going to do it like this. Just helps speed things along. Okay. Right. Talk with natives, we approach the elder. Yeah. Tell the chief that we've freed the emissary. You managed to free the boy, he's safe and sound to come home soon. You have my word. He's grateful now. Now he and the elders will need to decide how to proceed. He wants us to take the artifact for reward. The club, okay. So what did we get? We got a jawbone club. A character can't move. To be honest, I prefer the bleed.
I think I spotted something in that direction.
Right, let's trade. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he wanted... Oh, he would give us dynamite for getting the coal supply. Okay. But I'm okay. I'm going to go and grab the better revolver, the better rifle. Yeah, visit the quartermaster. We'll get that. It doesn't have the ricochet ability, but it does a lot more damage. So Jin can have that, which basically means his damage is now... Wait, is it just... Oh, it's the AP cost is down. Okay, that's what it is. Sorry, I always forget that it's the effective range and the damage indicator. Don't have the trick shot ability with it anymore, but having him be able to move and shoot is really powerful. She's already got one of those. Alright. Sell that, we get a bit of money. Okay, so...
Let's have a swig of something warm.
The hunt the ghost train. We've got a bunch of things we can do. I'm tempted to go and do the spirit totem, to be honest. The woods are dark and thick here. We could all feel a powerful presence lingering there. If not for the things we've survived lately, I'd probably shit myself. Or maybe it was the fact that I had no soul and that made me feel brave. Flynn took a few steps forward, afraid and angry at the same time. Dangerous mixture when it comes to that girl.
Well, we're here. Lalanaet sent us, so show yourself. I'm waiting.
Spirit Bear. I heard stories about him. Never met him in person, though. This is an exceptional thing, Flynn. Do not waste it.
Suddenly, there was a warm wind and a rustle of branches. Shadows seemed to elongate. The nook we stood on drowned in mournful darkness, and in the darkness, there he was, a huge, majestic, scary as shit, and he spoke in fucking English, I kid you not.
peace and your allies, and all the paths that lay before you.
You know about Mammon? I mean, you know about Mammon and his ghost train.
I know that Uktena has awoken and is rampaging through these lands, sowing chaos and leaving death in its wake. Know this, I want him gone, and I will aid you in finding him.
Who are you? And who exactly are you? You must forgive me. I've already stepped in too many weird shit. I've already stepped in too much weird shit lately.
I am one of the many. I tend to things that have spirits lingering in them. I guide. I grant power. This must suffice.
How can we find Mammon? Anat said you could help our Flynn to find some kind of gateway to hell. We call it Hellgate. We call it Hellgate Station. Is that right?
Lalanaet spoke true. I can feel tremendous spiritual power in the one you call Flynn, and I can help her unlock it. You, little cub, will have to unravel the cocoon of fear you've been wrapped in since the day you were born.
No! No way! This little piece of witchcraft I've used to survive is enough. I never wanted this, and I definitely don't want this now.
Come on now, Bear. You can't expect this child to.
No one asked you, lady. I can tell him to fuck off all by my lonesome.
Yep, Flynn can do it.
I hope you're not courting me, Carter. But that was nice of you.
Flynn, you are our only chance. I know you can do it, and this spirit thinks so too, right? Okay, so he's up to allied status.
This is the only way you'll ever be able to find him and face him with a hope for survival. This is the good way. This is the way, and no other will ever be offered to you.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I guess we can't just use a compass?
Take these herbs. Once you are ready, throw them into a fire burning on sacred ground. Inhale the smoke. This will transport you and 3 others to the spirit world, where you will face your fears.
We know everything we need. We thank you for your help.
We'll meet again, Shadowless. Go. Face your fears, young Flynn. I'll be with you.
Okay, so that's the storyline for that, and that will start. And that will start her Shadow quest line. I just want to see if. Talk to Flynn.
Compared to the orphanage, Mornwood was heaven. On the streets of one of the biggest towns in the Hard West, I just blended right in. And I liked that. Whenever I got into trouble, I had my witchcraft to help me. No one could catch me. Just imagine what jobs and cons I managed to pull off. But folks started to figure it out, and soon the law was all too interested in me. They put up wanted posters everywhere, accusing me of witchcraft and dealing with the devil. Can you imagine? A crazed mob of people searched every nook and cranny of Mornwood to find me. And you'll never guess who helped me escape. A local priest of all people. Guess not all people of the faith are assholes after all.
Okay, so partner seems to be the next level of loyalty. Talk to Lazarus. If it isn't the same man, if it isn't the man of the hour,
death. Death is important, Jin. Don't you think? Death brings order to life. Just as all things have a beginning, they also need an end. One that we all must face, along with whatever judgment comes thereafter. And the fact that Mammon is messing with something so basic as that is more dangerous than you could know. Ever hear about the Undertaker and his son? Supposedly those two made pacts with the devil and death himself, then fought for the fate of purgatory itself. Of course, it's just a story. But folks say the Bible's just a book of stories too. Stories have power, and they give it to those who tell them best.
I wonder if this is a tale, a story of the first game, which is basically about an old cowboy and his sort of like outlaw son, and one makes a deal with the devil and one makes basically a deal. I'm pretty sure it makes a deal with death or somebody else to prevent the other from bringing his the son's dead wife back from the grave, and they end up fighting in like purgatory. It would be interesting to see if that's what it is. Right. Let's break camp. We'll go and do
Wrap
this
your fingers
Pine
in
Falls.
Lest they freeze.
Pine Falls, a fine town. Finally, we're welcome to the hustle and bustle of true hard Western society. Lucky for Deer and Bill, people were so busy no one even looked at us twice. Let's look around town.
New town, new trouble. Ha! Makes me feel alive again.
It seemed that all the commotion was tied to a rescue expedition. Good folks of Pine Falls rushing to the to aid their brethren in Boomtown. Right, more like their greed and fear. They need the furs and they need the trains grounded at Boomtown. To do that, they need to clear the great avalanche blocking the eastern pass. This is serious. If that pass isn't cleared soon, the people in that valley, including everyone in Boomtown, won't survive that freak winter. Yeah, okay, let's get his loyalty up.
Blessed are those who heed good advice.
Well, I wish them luck, really, but we have more pressing matters to attend to currently. Talk to the head of the expedition, visit the store, visit the doctor's office, visit the sheriff's office. Okay. How's it going? How's it going, good sir? The government finally sent the army to fight the aggressive natives, but people say they came unprepared and are stuck here, just like we are. So what do you have for us? Grab the rope because it's a quest item. I'll grab 4 things of healing. Yeah, and I'll grab a provision. Okay. Doctors we don't need. Visit the sheriff's office. What situation? Nice, peaceful town. Okay. Check on the town's notice boards. There are 2 wanted posters hanging from the notice board amongst some pretty old leaflets. Wanted. Ernie Buckle.
Wanted, preferably alive. Murderer of Mrs. Maringer and her unborn child, one Ernest Barguckle. If you have any information regarding Ernie, visit the sheriff's office.
Dead is 30, alive is 60, okay. Ah yes, Ernie, sleazy bastard. He used to rob remote trading posts, but during his last job he accidentally killed the local pastor's pregnant wife. The folks here are quite eager to hang him. Before this crazy winter, some riders saw him around Huntsback Pass.
Wanted, preferably dead. Mysterious murderer and torturer at large. Nicknamed Pilot. Visit Sheriff's Office for more information.
Dead or alive, $90. Hunt down the killer. Okay. Let's talk to the Sheriff. Ask about Ernie Buckle. If you're after Ernie, I can only wish you luck. He held up somewhere at the Huntsback Pass, and I doubt anyone will manage to rat him out of there before all the snow falls. Still, if you want to try, be my guest. Be warned though that Ernie is afraid of nothing, well, except fire, since he got severely burned as a kid. What about Pilot? That one's a pain in my ass. We have a balloony on the loose, killing people, nailing them to crosses, torturing, and the worst thing is that the state has had a similar problem 15 years ago. Then one day it just stopped. Now this Pellet is back and killing again. Townsfolk are scared, heard that Sal from a local saloon is pooling extra cash from where finds and kills the bastard. If you want to hunt Pellet down, you might want to look around the crime scene. Sadie Marlowe was found on a cross right in front of her own house. Right there, I'll mark it for you. Visit Sal's saloon. You entered the saloon. It was a place full of two-faced scum who kept smiles on their faces with wriggling suckers out of every last cent. Not my favourite joint in town, but we were not there to drink. After we mentioned the Pillet, Sal asked us to follow him to his small office. Tom's right. I am gathering extra cash for the reward. People are terrified. You never know when you might stumble across a victim nailed to a cross in the wilds. If you really want to catch the bastard, there's one man who might help. A trapper named Bergson. I'll mark his ranch on your map. Okay, so a ton of side missions. Visits Son of the Meadows house. Investigates. Let's go and talk. This sounds like the person that we've been running into already. Yeah, so we got a couple of wanted posters. Dead or alive, it's 90 with a bonus. And for him, it's 30 and 60. 30 if he's dead, 60 if he's alive. Okay.
When will we finally camp?
Let's talk with him. There's a small cozy ranch run by a trapper named Bergson, a big man taller than any of us. He used to trade his old trap equipment for cash. Talk to Bergson. Seems like Bergson wasn't home this time. Inside you found signs of combat and blood. Someone took Bergson and was moving him somewhere. At least the tracks were quite fresh. Okay. We'll go back there and follow his tracks in a second. A decent house was standing alone there. A piece of a civil-looking paper. Yeah, we know what this place is already. Carefully searching the house for clues, we found two interesting things. An old photograph of a group of people in front of Sal's saloon, a knife-carved sentence above the door inside, with Lazarus identified as a biblical quote. Behold a pale horse, and who sat on it. Behold, a pale horse, and he who sat on it had the name of Death, and Hades was followed with him. Okay, that could be tied to, if we go back to the town, it might do with the photograph. Okay. I'm quickly going to go back to Pale Pines
your warmth, people.
To basically see if the saloon owner has any knowledge about this. Visit the saloon. Okay, so he doesn't know anything. Alright.
Winters here can be harsh, but this one...
This cold will be the death of us.
Let's pick up the tracks. Yeah, these are Bergeson's tracks. Really shouldn't come out in those fancy boots in this weather. He's been followed though.
Oh, this fucking cold.
More tracks. Bergeson must be near. Wonder if he met whoever was stalking him. Yeah, Red Cross. The pellet got to Bergeson before we managed to talk to him about it. There he was nailed to a cross and horribly mutilated. Before we mercifully ended his torment, he managed to give us the name Keller. Keller? I know a man by that name. He has a farm not far from Pine Falls. But is it the name of the killer or the next victim? We shall see. To call it a farm would be an overstatement. Bunts of barely holding buildings and broken fences. Whoever runs this place is doing a job, but the Keller guy won't all bad. He was eager to trade with us. Investigate Keller's ties to Pellet. Are you there, Mr. Keller? There are some questions for you. Keller wasn't there. We decided to search the house just in case, remembering the biblical quote from Sadie's house. Lazarus found Kelly's Bible. The same photograph was tucked between the pages of Revelations from whence the quote came. And look at the photo. All the people on it are marked with an X, except could this be Sal himself? Only younger? Warn Pine Falls saloon owner about Pellet. Okay.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Oh, I can see what happens. Basically, the mouse can't easily get through the terrain, so sometimes it gets stuck on things. How annoying. Okay. Let's go and warn the saloon owner about Pellet. Visit the Sal's saloon. We entered the saloon. Sal wasn't home either. Some drunkard slurred something about Sal rushing to an old silver mine when asked about the host. We left in a hurry, hoping we'd finally get close to the end of this bloody chase. That's Hunchback's Pass. My money is that they basically murdered him over the silver mine, and he's basically come back because of the train. That's what it feels like. It feels like they were all friends, and the Pellet is basically the rest of the group basically maybe betrayed him or something and killed him, and now he's come back as a revenant and is killing people over over the old silver mine. But I think this is where we're going to end it for today, folks, because I get a feeling that this fight's going to take a while, and we're reaching sort of the end of how long I like these videos to be. So I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Hard West 2, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye, folks.